Y'all grab your tea because this story is insane. Lil Bibby has always talked about Juice WRLD's death, but now he's finally letting it all out, and baby, what he just exposed, it changes everything. People are screaming, fans are shook, and the timeline is in shambles. And the wildest part, what Bibby's saying now finally aligns with what Juice WRLD's girlfriend Lotti has been screaming for years.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. You guys think he died from a drug overdose? You're wrong.
Let's get into it because this courtroom drama, it's not just dramatic, it's tragic. According to court docs and what Bibby said on that stand, Chile, buckle up. Bibby knew way more about Juice's addiction than he ever let on. Like, publicly, he made it seem like he wasn't in the loop like that, but nah, he knew. And it gets darker because once you know what he knew, the choices he made, oof. Now here's the kicker. Bibby has actually dropped hints in past interviews, but we all missed it, or maybe we didn't want to believe it.
Juice, like a week before he passed, he pulled me to the side like, you gotta start coming around more. I miss how it was in the beginning, man. It was so much fun.
This clip reveals something crucial.
This right here, heartbreaking. Juice was literally reaching out to Bibby like, bro, I need you. I miss you. I need you around. And what did Bibby say back? That it was weird. He called Juice weird for needing him. He said he didn't want to be around weird people. Are you kidding me? Juice WRLD, a young man clearly spiraling, begging for help, and Bibby shuts him down with judgment? The hurt in that? It's gut-wrenching. And sadly, it gets even worse. Because in that same testimony, Bibby confirms he knew exactly how deep Juice's drug problem ran. Like, not just he's using, no. Bibby knew he was taking 4 Percocets at a time. 4. Do you know how dangerous that is? This wasn't some casual usage, this was overdose level consumption. And Bibby knew, he admitted it, said he found out and started freaking out. But what did he do about it? Not enough. This wasn't just a young man going through it, this was someone screaming silently for help, and instead of stepping in like the big brother or mentor he claimed to be, Bibby stepped back.
So I tell him like, Juice, you be acting weird, bro. I don't like being around weird people, bro. Like,
Juice is laying it all out. I'm anxious, I need you. And Bibby just brushing it off like Juice is annoying, like he's being dramatic. Meanwhile, Juice is in pain, real deep raw pain, and Bibby's over there treating him like a liability. It's so telling, because later in the courtroom, things unravel even more. Bibby also admitted that he kept Juice touring and performing even while knowing how bad the addiction was. You read that right. Even after knowing the dude was doing 4 perks at a time, he still booked the shows, sent him on the road. And here's the part that will break your heart into pieces. Juice called Bibby 6 times, begging him to come on tour with him. 6, not once, not twice, 6. And Bibby didn't go, didn't help. And it's not just about friendship, it's about life or death. Juice wasn't being difficult, he was drowning, and Bibby had a life raft and left it on shore. But it gets even more twisted. The court also heard that there was major money on the line. We're talking millions. Juice's career was exploding, and the financial pressure, insane. That sale of his music catalog to Opus Music Group in 2022, now it's looking very suspicious. Like, if you knew he was dying inside, why keep pushing him? If you keep making someone work despite their addiction and then you make millions off their death, people are gonna start asking questions. And baby, the questions are coming. Bibby even said that Juice agreed to rehab, but not fully. He said he'd go, but only if he could still use just a little less. Like, what? That right there screams for intervention. But nope, business kept going as usual. The court made it plain. This wasn't just bad management, this was negligence. Systematic, cold, and calculated negligence. People saw this man crumbling and did nothing, or worse, they benefited. Juice WRLD wasn't just another artist, he was a vulnerable young soul. And what hurts the most? Everyone saw it coming. Everyone, especially the people closest to him. But Bibby's testimony was just one piece of the puzzle. Long before he spoke in court, the whispers had already started. Because Juice's girlfriend, the one who was there when he died, dropped a bomb years ago. And y'all, she's been telling the truth the whole time.
Y'all mad because literally I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You guys think he died from a drug overdose. You're wrong. You're wrong. Literally, you're wrong. There's a lot of shit y'all don't know that I fucking grieve through myself while I let y'all grieve and talk mad shit on me. I don't care.
Wait up, let that clip sink in. Lotti, the woman who literally held Juice in his final moments, is screaming to the world he didn't die from an overdose, not speculating, saying over and over, you're wrong. Like she knows something we don't, and maybe she does. She wasn't just some random girlfriend, she was right there, holding him, watching him seize, watching him slip away. If anyone knows what really happened, it's her. So why is her version of events so wildly different from the official report?
He looked at me because he didn't feel good, and he was like, Allie, I don't feel good. And then he went, Allie, and then froze the fuck up and seized the fuck out. And I ran over screaming and trying to help him. And no one helped. No one. There was one person out of all the people that were there that were able to help, not talking about the group that we were with, because they were handcuffed. So there's not much they could do. But everyone else that was there was only one person who helped me. It was a woman. I'm so grateful for her.
Allie says that when Juice collapsed, only one person helped her try to save him. One out of a whole entourage of people. The rest, handcuffed or standing around. Like, are you serious? Where was his team, his management, the people who were supposed to protect him? And why the hell weren't they helping? It makes you wonder what was really going on in those final moments. Naturally, with all these contradictions, the theories started flying. Wild theories, sad theories, scary ones. Some fans, especially the deep Reddit sleuths, believe Juice faked his own death. Yep, you heard that right. They point to his lyrics in Legends from 2018, "We ain't making it past 21. And guess what? He died at 21. Conspiracy, prophecy, performance art, who knows? But let's be real, that theory's a stretch. The medical examiner's report confirmed an accidental overdose of oxycodone and codeine. He was given Narcan. They tried to save him. He was taken to the hospital. He died December 8th, 2019. That part, sadly, real still. The questions won't stop because some people believe he didn't take those pills voluntarily, that maybe someone gave them to him without his consent, that maybe someone wanted him gone. And the theory with the most buzz, that this was all about money and control, that Juice was getting too powerful, too independent, and some people around him didn't like that. Because if he died while still under contract, guess what? They get full control of his music, his estate, his legacy, and with that control comes hundreds of millions. Some believe that those around him, especially certain execs, ignored the red flags on purpose, that they let him spiral, because a dead star sometimes worth more than a living one. It's chilling and horrifying, but not unheard of. So let's talk about the plane. Yes, the plane. The one Juice WRLD was on when everything went down. The official story, when Juice realized the feds were about to search the jet, he panicked and swallowed a bunch of pills to hide them. That's what caused the seizure and overdose. And when agents came aboard, they found 70 pounds of weed, 6 bottles of codeine, cough syrup, guns, ammo, you name it, it was there. But now, people aren't buying that version anymore. And can you blame them? Not after what Lotti's been saying, not after what Bibby just confessed in court. There's this new theory, one that's honestly scary, that Juice didn't take those pills on his own, that maybe someone gave them to him. Or maybe, just maybe, someone knew what would happen and looked the other way. Why? Because Juice was starting to push back. Rumors say he wanted to leave Grade A Productions, wanted to go independent, start fresh, take control of his music. And guess what happens if he dies before doing that? His entire catalog stays under the control of the people he was trying to leave. The label, the management, the machine. Do you see the money in this? It's messed up, I know, but when you follow the money trail, things get dark fast. Let's not forget how quickly posthumous albums started dropping. Legends Never Die, Fighting Demons, and Now the Party Never Ends in 2024. These weren't slow releases. These were ready, like the business plans were already in place. And that's what makes people nervous, because if Bibby and others knew Juice was spiraling, if he was calling for help and getting ignored, and then the minute he dies, albums and merch and licensing deals roll out like clockwork, it looks real suspect. And here's what hurts most. Even if there was no foul play, even if it really was an accidental overdose, it's clear now that people failed Juice, not once, not twice, but over and over. People chose not to intervene. People chose to push him to perform. People chose to treat his cries for help as annoying instead of urgent. And the saddest part? The industry does this all the time. Young artists, especially black men, are seen as disposable, as profit machines, as walking record sales until they break. And then, when they do, their legacy becomes a brand. Bibby's not the only one being scrutinized, but his role? It's front and center. And what he said in court, it's beyond chilling. He said,
I ain't been to a funeral in about like 15 years. You know how many homies that died that I know? You would just skip those. Yeah, I don't go to funerals. Yeah.
He doesn't usually go to funerals, but he went to Juice's. Was it because of love? Or was it guilt? Because what he says next is the hardest thing to hear.
Do you ever feel like if you had spent more time with him, that, you know, instead of getting other people there, if you were like his day-to-day guy, that this wouldn't happen?
I do feel like that.
He admits that yes, he does believe that if he had spent more time with Juice, maybe he'd still be alive. Let that sit with you. This isn't some "I wish I could have done more" speech. No, this is a man admitting that he had the power to change something, that his presence, his attention, his effort could have made the difference between life and death, and he didn't give it. Because he was busy. Focused on business, focused on everything but Juice. Now, this isn't to say Bibby wanted Juice gone. There's no evidence of that. But what is clear, he dropped the ball hard. And in the music industry, that kind of failure can be fatal. The court testimonies didn't just expose Bibby, they pulled back the curtain on a broken system, one that pushes vulnerable artists to the brink, milks them dry, and tosses them aside when they collapse. And now Bibby, the man who was supposed to be Juice's protector, his big bro, his boss, is still making money off his name, still dropping albums, still profiting off the voice of a man who begged for help and didn't get it. Juice WRLD's estate has become a business, a brand, a revenue stream. His catalog, 90% of it was sold to Opus Music Group in 2022, and now that sale is being looked at very differently. Because if the people managing him while he was alive failed him, do they really deserve to keep making money off him in death? Let's talk about Juice's mom for a sec. Carmela Wallace has been through hell. She lost her son, and now she has to watch this circus unfold. The conspiracies, the drama, the courtroom lies, the exploitation. It's devastating. But maybe the silver lining, if there even is one, is the conversation this has started. Because finally people are asking the right questions. How many other artists are dealing with addiction and mental health crises while being pushed to keep working? How many are being silenced, ignored, exploited? The hip-hop community talks about loyalty, about family, about protecting your own. But what happened to Juice proves that those ideals don't always hold up when money's involved. Even in this small moment, you can see the pain in Bibby. The interviewer notices how uncomfortable he is. He's squirming, emotional, and people are wondering, is this grief or is it guilt? No criminal charges have been filed yet, but civil lawsuits? Maybe. Conversations around artist protection and label accountability? Definitely happening. Because what this case shows is that it's not enough to say, we didn't know. Bibby did know, and he still chose to stay away. And it's affecting his own career now. Bibby's net worth is estimated at $14 million, 0 cents. Most of that tied directly to Juice WRLD's success. That's real money, but that reputation in shambles. The release of The Party Never Ends in late 2024 should have been a celebration of Juice's legacy, but instead, it was haunted by controversy. Fans are torn. They love Juice, but they don't trust the people running his brand. Rest in peace, Juice WRLD. We're sorry they failed you. You deserved so much better. And that wraps up this whole tragic, emotional, gut-wrenching journey. If you want more stories like this, well, you know what to do. But maybe take a moment, breathe, reflect, because this wasn't just a headline, it was a life.